From the beginning of time, man has always had a pursuit of the best quality of life possible. That quality of life is not possible without resources. The form of resources we have accumulated has changed over time from cowrie shells, state-controlled money, precious metals, real estate, and stocks and bonds. Over the past 100 years, the world has been dominated by the US dollar and its reserves. But everything that has a beginning also has an end. A new financial revolution is upon us with the emergence of a digital economy. The way we earn, spend, and accumulate resources is fundamentally changing. A new asset has appeared that the wealthy have overlooked. Bitcoin has become the best performing asset of the past decade by far. With only 21 million ever in existence, there are more millionaires and billionaires in the world today than there are Bitcoin. Just by holding 0.25 Bitcoin today will put you in the top 1% asset holders in the world in the next 5 to 10 years. If you had invested $100,000 in Bitcoin in 2013, today it will be worth more than $15 million. Bitcoin billionaire Raoul Pal says, Bitcoin's performance is so dominant and so all-encompassing that it is going to suck in every single asset narrative dry and spit it out. Never before in my career have I seen a trade so dominant that holding any other assets makes almost no sense. This is not an industry you can afford to ignore. If you want to remain in business, then you must adapt. Are you offering services in Bitcoin? Are you accepting payments with digital currencies? Have you adopted blockchain technology? Blockbuster Video at one point was the most dominant video service in the world. They had the opportunity to be part of Netflix, but they ignored the changing technology. Where is Blockbuster today? Where will you be tomorrow?
All right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. There's so much more you can be doing, but you're here to learn about crypto. So go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. So I see so far we have on the line Tony Pinkston from Philly. Good morning. Herschel Crow. Hey, Herschel's going to be up tonight for the panelists. You're going to hear his story tonight. Herschel Crow. Anthony Simon. Good morning. Dagmar from Lake Arrowhead. Facebook. Oh, that's Lois Parrish from Ontario, Canada. Marnita from Colorado. You guys heard from Marnita last night. Neil Brooks, Richmond, Virginia. Melissa from the UK, Janelle from Colorado, Marisol from, I think, Texas, Marisol, Mike Maines from Fort Worth, Texas, Van Hairston from New Jersey, Margareta from Flint, Michigan. I hope I'm saying that right, Miss Rios. Cleveland user in the house. I don't know who that is. You're coming up as Facebook user in Cleveland. Let's see. Facebook user from Iowa. And Marisol's in Texas. So good morning, everybody. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is our Crypto Talk. And just as a heads up, next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the Crypto Talks, and maybe even Saturday. I'm not sure yet. But those Crypto Talks are going to be in the Ivy League Crypto Academy Facebook group only. I'll do one or two publics a week, probably Friday and Saturday. But all the rest are just an Ivy League Crypto Academy. So if you want to continue to be a part of the Crypto Talks, you want to see what's going on in the future, then all you have to do is register for the 5-day challenge, ilcachallenge.com. That's all you have to do. Register. You'll get an email with an invitation to the Facebook group, and you're getting access to the future crypto talks from March going forward. I am slowly ramping down all of my other business responsibilities. So in the future, the only thing that I will be speaking on publicly as far as promoting will be my own company, my own brand. I will still be involved in many different projects because diversification is important. But when it comes to me promoting anything, it's going to be my brand first. I am having a partnership with Steve and Pasha Carter with the VIP Global community. So while I handle the education side of things, they will be handling the opportunity side of things, and we'll be working in collaboration. So tonight is day 3 of the 5-day challenge. We're going to be covering cryptocurrency. What is it? What is Bitcoin? Last night we covered the technology that is built on, which is blockchain technology. So I hope you guys learned something new last night. Open your eyes to some new ideas and new things. And I got a TV show today. The TV show on E360 TV, the topic is going to be Russia and the blockchain. Since it's all in the news right now about Russia invading Ukraine, why would, and I've heard this question, if Vladimir Putin knows that he's about to be hit with a gang of sanctions, why in the world would he do it anyway? What does he know? What is he planning for? So we're going to talk about that on the TV show today, and that will be at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific on E360 TV. So good morning, Brenda from South Orange, New Jersey, Deborah from Colorado, Stacy Alugas from New Orleans, Provis Lofties from Corpus Christi, Texas, Christine Shield, good morning, good morning. So let's go ahead and share screen. What's taking place? Remember, tonight is day 3. You still have time to become a VIP member if you're not a VIP member yet. All right, let's take a look at the crypto market. Okay. It is up 2.4% in the last 24 hours, but it is still at 1.8 trillion, below 2 trillion. Bitcoin is at 38,000. Its dominance, though, went back above 40%. Ethereum is at 17.6%. Up 1.8% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum 2.3, 26.94. Remember I said yesterday that was a good buying point at 25.94. I wrote that down yesterday. ADA was at 88 cents. Ripple was at 70 cents. So today I see Ripple's at 72 cents. Cardano's at 92 cents. BNB is up 3%. Ripple 2.4, Cardano 4.4, Solana 4.2. Whoa, look at this. Luna and Avalanche both up 9% in the last 24 hours. What caused that? Matic is up 6.6, Chronos up 4.6. What caused that increase? Cosmos 6.6, Leo token too 8.3. Okay, who are the best performers? Juno. I don't know anything about Juno. It is up 13.7% in 24 hours. Waves 10.2, Avalanche 9.3, Luna 9, Osmosis 8.9, Leo token 8.3, Stack 7.4, Matic 6.6, Cosmos 6.6. This is a nice green, a little mini bounce back. Is this a soft cat bounce though? I forgot. I went live on my own Teach Me Crypto page, and I normally don't do that because that's where the scammers are swimming. So this is a teachable moment. There are scammers that are pretending to be me. So if you ever see any advertisement and it has either my name or it has Teach Me Crypto or Ivy League Crypto Academy, and they're asking for crypto, they're talking about free airdrops, they're talking about send money to this Bitcoin address. That is not me. I will never solicit for you to send me money or Bitcoin on publicly in a direct message in my own. I mean, they're pretending to be me on my own live. They will create fake accounts and they will take my pictures and copy my pictures and try to, and that's why every now and then, in fact, I'm overdue. I need to change my profile picture, update it. So always double check. And they target you guys. They're not trying to scam me. They're going after you guys. And they're hoping that you're not educated enough to tell the difference and that you're going to send them money. I've already had people send them thousands of dollars thinking it was me. I'm like, really? Wow. So if I actually asked you to send me money, you send me thousands of dollars? But they thought it was me. But I would never ask that. And if you fall for that, there's nothing I can do because you didn't send me the money. I can't return money I didn't get. So this is where education is so important. Don't fall for any of that. I would never do that. Always double check. You can even go, someone said, well, Brandon, it had your face and everything. If you click on their link and go to their page, you'll see that they have no activity, no followers, no history. I've been here since 2010, I think, 9 or 10 on Facebook. I've got history, so be very wary of that. And that goes for any online solicitations. Don't fall for any of that stuff. All right, so I got to watch that. And I forget I went on Teach Me Crypto, and that's where the scammers come. Okay, so Juno, Waves, Avalanche, Terra Luna, Osmosis, Leo Token, Stacks, Matic, Cosmos. Who's the worst performers? BitTorrent Old, down 14%. Radix, Frax Share, Kusama. So that was a pretty good day in the crypto world yesterday. Let me check my secondary portfolio. And I did not have enough time to play with this yesterday to see if there was any issues with why my Crypto.com is not connecting on my laptop. So I'll have to do it this way. So let's see. There we go. All right. Well, we're up $400 in the last 24 hours. Up $400. You guys can see that. And according to the coins, who's had a big? Kronos is up 4. Terra Luna is up 7. Sandbox, CRV, Polygon's up 6. Avalanche is up 9. Immutable X bounced back. It's up 11. And I remember writing about Avalanche or Axie Infinity, which one I should have increased. By Sandbox, by Crow. I bought 50 IMX. That's right. I have Get Above 1K on Avalanche, Axie Infinity, and Maddox. Increase Immutable X on the dip. I put consider buying Bitcoin at 41,500, and we're now at 38,000. Good buying territory. But I did put on Valentine's Day, February 14th, Tether at 45,000. And I did do that. But I came back in at 40,000. See. I bought 2 Avalanche on February 12th at $81.17. What is it right now? $79.32. So I'm down on this one since I bought it. Yeah, it's down 14.5% over the last week. So I'm just going to sit on that for that to come back up. Or I might buy more. This is a good buying area. $79.32. Okay, let's fast forward to this. All right, that's cool there. Let's look at the meme tokens. Vetter down 0.2. Saitama's up 7. Even with this drop, up 7%. Wakanda is up 2.7. Toys is up 14.9. Even though this dropped. Green is up 12.28. Remember, I'm holding this for it to get to 1.015, 1.5 cents. So I'm just going to sit on that, and we'll see. Oh, there's some more volume in there. Something happened. What went on? Someone went on a buying spree. The same address. Bought 0.2 Ethereum worth. Did it 4 times. And then this is a new one. Bought 0.3. So these guys caused the price to go up a bit. And there's no sell order after that. 7:47 a.m. Okay. So we'll see. That was just 30 minutes ago. We'll see if this holds. Somebody's going to sell or wait for a little bit for it to go up. All right, so let's take a look at some of the news. Oh, yeah, I was going to quote this from yesterday's Crypto Talk. That's all right. Let's see what else we can find in the news. Bitcoin quietly printing bullish reversal pattern. All right, let's open that. How can you call that quietly printing a bullish pattern? We're still in 38,000. Crypto analyst who nailed 2018 bear market says Bitcoin trading below 30,000 inevitable. Okay, yeah, we're gonna look at this. Yesterday, I did iLearning Crypto Talk, so it wasn't open for the public. So those of you that were on yesterday, we talked about this, about Bitcoin going down to 25,000. Maro Guru Rao Pal, macro, they didn't misspell that, says under the radar fundamentals show crypto markets are in bullish setup. Yeah, I want to look at that. Bitcoin, Solana, and Avalanche see institutional flows despite market uncertainty. Bitcoin, Solana. Okay, we'll start with that. But let me see if there's anything else catching my eye. Top crypto analyst predicts prolonged correction for Ethereum. Underwater traders could ignite Bitcoin sell-off. Those are the weak hands. So we're gonna start with this. Bitcoin, Solana, and Avalanche, and we have these in our portfolios. A leading crypto asset manager says institutional inflows for Bitcoin, Solana, and Avalanche are up as the markets continue to stumble. According to the latest CoinShares, digital asset investment products had total weekly inflows of 109 million despite market action or bearish market action. Bitcoin led the way with $89 million worth of inflows, which CoinShares says isn't actually that much for the top crypto asset by market cap. The inflows remain tepid, with the last 5 weeks of inflows totaling 221 million, representing 0.7% of total assets under management. Okay. New money coming in, 88.5 million, but Ethereum lost 15.2. So that means even though, yeah, Ethereum's down 15%, even though it's up 3.1, that must have come from Tether or one of the stable coins. Because Bitcoin is up 2%, but that was new money came in. Okay. Hope you guys understood what I just said there. And if you don't, here's what I mean. You see this number right here, 1.8 trillion. And when you see the number next to it in green or red, it is up 1.7% in 24 hours. That is either new money came in or money left the entire network. Either new money came in or money left the entire network. So when you see something like Bitcoin or Ethereum go up and down, but this number really hasn't changed, that means money was moved from a sell-off of the other altcoins or stablecoin that got moved into Ethereum or Bitcoin. That's what that means. And whenever you see Tether in the red, that means people are selling their Tether coins back into the Bitcoins, either Bitcoin or Ethereum. When you see this in the green, that means people are selling the Bitcoin and Ethereum and putting it into Tether, the stable coin. So what this report shows me is new money, 88.5 million came from new money, but Ethereum lost 15 million, went out of the entire market. So this was Tether, this new money. All right. Ethereum competitor Solana has seen inflows of 1.2 million in the past week and 6.8 million so far in the month of February. CoinShare says Solana investment products seem relatively insulated from outflows seen in other products. Ethereum investment products, by contrast, saw 15.2 million in outflows last week. Ethereum, 15.2 million in outflows. Ethereum competitor Avalanche had 25 million worth of institutional inflows in the past week, though that number happened on one day of trading. So Coinbase says it is too early to tell if this represents broader appetite for the altcoin. All right, next up. Bitcoin quietly printing bullish. Oh, and last night someone asked a question on what books would I recommend people to read on crypto or authors. And I really couldn't answer the question because I don't read from other authors in this space. The reason is this is still so brand new. I don't trust the so-called experts because sometimes they get it wrong or they have a different strategy that's different from mine. So even if I follow what they're saying, I'm going to end up hurting myself, even if they're right. There's no such thing as one strategy is right and one strategy is wrong. What's right for me may not be right for you. What's right for you may not be right for me. Doesn't mean either of us are wrong. So instead, what do? Like Facebook user says, I do crypto talks. And in crypto talks, what I do is I look at articles on what is going on in the market today. And I read them live with you guys. I don't read any of this stuff beforehand. I don't even have the time. I don't even have the patience. If I sat down without this camera on and tried to start reading articles, I would get so distracted. I want to talk on the phone. I might want to look at YouTube videos. I might want to look at TV. You know, I couldn't last more than 10 minutes. Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, you're showing up as Facebook user for me. So when I read these things live, I don't just read to read. I dissect it. I read things like a lawyer, and I can tell, you know, what is right or what is wrong. Someone says, Brandon, who do you listen to? Who do you trust? Nobody in this space. I listen to myself. I trust my own education, and I can tell if something's right and something's not right. So this is what I do. Okay, so Bitcoin is quietly printing bullish reversal pattern amid market fear, according to analyst Justin Bennett. The only market fear are those uneducated people trying to make a quick buck. Okay, just understand that. The real players are not fearful at all. We're excited. And you will, Sherry. The more you learn this stuff, here's how you can really trust yourself. When you read something and then your spidey sense goes off, you're like, wait a minute, that's not right. Or when you're listening to somebody's conversation and they're talking about crypto and you know, wait a minute, that's not right. Or you can say, I agree with that. Or if you are having a conversation with somebody and you're listening to yourself and you're starting saying things that without even thinking about it, you're like, wow, I'm impressed with what I just said. You start trusting yourself. And you trust yourself by first knowing what your own personal strategy is. So when you've got your strategy set, what type of a crypto player are you? Are you short-term, long-term, a mix of both? What are your personal goals? What do you want your crypto holdings to look like? Have you decided how you're going to get there? What are you passionate about in the space? When you've got that defined, then you start trusting yourself. So when you listen to somebody else, you can discard what's not going to fit for you and you can accept what will. Okay, that's how you start trusting yourself. And trial and error. Meaning, I don't care how many times you practice, you got to play the game. You got to get in there, get skin in the game, and you've got to lose. You've got to lose money. And I know that's a sad thing to say. Nobody wants to lose money, but in this space, the best teacher is not when you win. The best teacher is when you lose. And you don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as the cost of doing business. Any losses that I take, and I've lost more than $250,000 in this space. For me, it is the cost of doing business. It is the price I had to pay to learn so that I can make 7 figures. So you don't be afraid of losing. Embrace it. Say, okay, well, that didn't work. Like the other day we do, for those of you that are founding members, meaning you bought my course, and we do training classes every Tuesday and Thursday night. One of those nights I showed 3 7-figure positions that I'm currently holding, meaning each of them is worth millions. So I showed 3 of them. Now, I don't think, I wish and hope that all 3 win, that all 3 pan out. Because that's multiple millions. However, history shows that nothing is ever 100%. So statistically, 1 of them may pop off out of the 3. Even though I have a good shot at all 3 doing it, statistically, 1 does, which means 2 of those 3 is going to fail. So the way I operate, if 2 of those 3 fail, hey, if it didn't work, at least I tried. 1 of them works. I still got millions. But for someone that's not educated in this space and it is emotional and can't handle loss, if just 1 of them fails, that person will start screaming bloody murder. I got scammed. I just lost $20,000. I told you, I knew that this crypto thing is not going to work. I'm never doing anything like this again. I just lost money. And they go on doing something different. So again, it's how you look at things and perceive things that's very, very important. Your willingness to accept loss. I want all my positions to win. But I know that's just not feasible, no matter how great it looks right now. 90% of businesses fail in their first year, and that's in corporate America. 90% of businesses fail. So, what makes you think 100% of every crypto position you take is going to win? It's not. The only guarantee I can give you in this space is that you will lose. Your education will determine how much you lose, managing your loss. So, yeah, I want all three of them to win. I will be very, very, very happy if all three of them win. I think my position, if all three win, my position should be over 25 million, something like that. But I only need one of them to win. And I'm okay if all three of them lose by 90%. If they only have 10% of what I think it can go, I'm still okay. I'm happy with that. All right. So let me keep going here. So a popular strategist thinks a breakout for Bitcoin is possible as long as it can hold a key support level. Analyst Justin Bennett takes to his YouTube channel for a detailed strategy session, plotting out significant support and resistance levels now that the leading crypto has remained below 40,000 for several days. You know that old saying, it's better to be prepared and not need it than to need it and to not be prepared and it's there. I know I kind of set that off. But I've missed out on too many times. Bitcoin, Doge, Shiba, Binance, FTT, freaking Helium, and that one hurts because I was there on Helium. I had a strong position on Helium. Gala, those things. Gala was another one. I should have more than $10 million worth of Gala right now. I was there before it got started. I was there. However, it's worse to have that feeling of, man, I missed out because I didn't try, rather than, I lost because I did try. At least I tried. At least I tried. Yeah, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I got to try. I got to take positions. If you follow the 4 rules, you'll always be okay. You guys remember the 4 rules in the crypto space? I'll let you guys type it in the chat box. I've said it enough. Who can type the 4 rules out? And I'm going to keep reading this. Bitcoin is at a critical support area between $35,000 and $37,000. Bitcoin is still holding above support. Now isn't this interesting? How many times have I said, how's my battery doing on my plug that in? How many times have I said that the last couple of weeks I see Bitcoin going between 35,000 and 38,000. And where are we at right now? 35,000 and 37,000 they put here. Bitcoin is still holding above support. Yes, I realize that the charts don't look great. The fundamental picture has a lot of obstacles ahead. The chart guru says he won't turn bullish or bearish until the 35,000 to 37,000 support level breaks. For now, he thinks recent price movements suggest Bitcoin could be ready to pull a bullish reversal pattern and send Bitcoin higher. He says patterns like this, especially after a sell-off like we've seen, not just over the past few days, but the past few weeks and months, typically tends to trigger a bullish reversal. This is a bullish pattern, typically speaking. Obviously, a close below this area down here would negate this idea. Right around the high $36 and the 35 or 36,000 and 35,000 level, like I've talked about before. If we were to see Bitcoin give up this zone, This whole thing is off the table, and we're probably headed back toward 30,000. But overall, this pattern does hint at exhaustion from sellers. A broadening descending wedge like this, it's very similar to a falling wedge where it signals exhaustion from sellers. I agree with that, except for one exception. He's reading the charts. So according to the charts, he's correct. But this exhaustion from sellers, we haven't even seen that yet because of some external force that's taking place right now in the world. Russia invading Ukraine. That is going to impact the market some kind of way. And so we have to take that into consideration. Bennett digs deeper into the charts to assess exactly where Bitcoin bulls might expect to see their optimism confirmed. He says $39,000 and above are what to look for. Really? Not me. I disagree. For me to even be thinking about the bulls, we have to pass 46,000. 46,000. He's thinking like a day trader here, because that is a big swing between 37,000, 39,000 or so. I'm looking more long-term bull. We need to pass 46,000. The confirmation for this pattern would be a close above this area up here, 39,000 to 39,600. Get above this trend line on the hourly. Yeah, see that? See, this is day trader talking here. Get above that trend line on the hourly, which would come in somewhere around the lows. I'm talking more like the monthly, which would come in somewhere around the low 39,000s, and then also 39,600. Remember, that's going to be a key level going forward to where we need to see Bitcoin close the day above 39,600. Again, this is evidence. When you got your crypto education and you trust yourself, I can read this and I can say, yeah, I hear what he's saying, but I disagree. But he is correct if you have the same strategy as he has. If you're looking at this from a day trader point of view, he's correct. If you're looking at this from my conservative point of view and long term, he's not correct. So that's why I say you got to be careful who you're listening to and why. And why. And you see, Prava says closer to 50K. The reason why I say 46K is because if it can pass that 46K mark, the next level of resistance is about 51, 52K. So you're going to see it slide up automatically. If it breaks down below this 35K, 36K, then the next level of short-term resistance is all the way down at the 30K level. And that's why yesterday or the day before Crypto Talk, we saw that one gentleman was already predicting 25K. I think that was yesterday, 25K. And I was like, bring it on. Bring on 25K. I wish, I'm going to have to play around with Binance again and see if I can spot, if there's a way I can spot the bots, just like I was with Poloniex. Poloniex back in the day was so helpful on their exchange and their chart, where you're able to see the buy wall and the sell wall and in between. And I was able to perfectly pinpoint measures, and Poloniex took that away. One, you have to, because they're not in the United States anymore, they changed. I haven't even attempted to log in a while, but they changed their dashboard. You should be able to see this even if you can't log in because we're in the US. But I want to take a look and see if they've done anything different. The reason why I can't do it with Binance is because it moves too fast. Even the Binance US moves way too fast. And I have not looked at Poloniex in maybe over a year. So this is the first time I'm logging or opening this site up and looking at this. I don't want to see the spots. On the markets, Yeah, but Binance does it this way too. So when you hear me say the buy wall and sell wall, you see this shows you all of the selling that's taken place and all of the buying that's taken place. And these are what we call not only happening live, but there's also orders that's in the books that if it hits a certain mark, it automatically triggers the buy or the sell. So when we're looking right here at the buy wall, it gets steep at 38,376. That's the steep buy wall right there. The sell wall, really hard wall, is right here at 38,825. So you know what? That's not even that much of a difference there. 38,200. But I like the old chart, and it was a little bit more static. But these are live. Every buy order and every sell that's taken place is popping up right here. So for this to go down to the 30,000, we've got a huge buy wall right here at $38,160 or so. Huge. Look at this one. We've got 3 Bitcoin. If it hits that mark, it's going to trigger a buy. This might be the bot. If I can find the same number, that's a little bit too low. The bot was doing about $160,000, and it had both a buy and sell at the exact same time. Here we've got, look at this, 6 Bitcoin sell order at 38,826. That's 240 something $1,000. So can I find the exact one over here too? No, it's been a while since I've done this on Poloniex. But you know what? I might be able to use Poloniex and still do the same strategy with Binance. Look at Poloniex charts and then just do the sell order on Binance.us. Might be able to get away with that. The margins are still going to be a little off because it's a separate exchange. But this will work. But anyways, this is another strategy on, and what I mean by strategy, let's say I wanted to buy, but I don't know at what price I should buy it at. Well, then I'm going to look at what the whales are doing. At what price are the whales buying at? So if I look at this buy order here, I see a steep buy of, where was that at? 6 Bitcoin. Oh, that may be the bot. Is that the same? 6 Bitcoin there. What about sell? Let's see, can I find it? I can't see it anymore. There it is. There it is. The bot is still active. The bot's got a 6 Bitcoin sell order and a 6 Bitcoin buy order. And I still think this is being controlled by Poloniex manipulating the freaking chart. But anyways, you see this sell order at 38,800. I keep saying 3,000. 38,800. I would put a sell order and undercut that sucker. So not at 38,840. I might do 30. I would undercut it by probably $200. Same on the buy order side. If he's got a buy order at, see if I can find it again. There it is. $237,000 worth. 38,376 buy order. I'm going to put the buy order at 38,500. Undercut. And when you play that game, you always win. Melissa, what do I think the price of Bitcoin will be in the bear market? I don't see it going lower than 25K. I'd be hard pressed to see it go below 25K. But for it to go 25K, this thing would have to drop all the way down to 31,000 and then see what happens there. And that might freak people out. And then they all panic sell and it goes to 25K. I don't think we'll ever see, unless something really drastic, I don't think we'll ever see a 10K or 15K Bitcoin. I could be wrong. You know, I'm not always right. It's just too, the genie, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. And what evidence do I have on why I say that? I like to back up what I say. I will show you why. If you know the history of Bitcoin and where this has gone in the past, then you understand what I'm about to show you here. I got to pull up this chart. Okay, come on, load up. And if you were part of the 5-day challenge last month, day 5, Oscar Garcia showed you guys a chart. He was showing you the history of Bitcoin, kind of like this. So I'll show you as an example. At one point, where we go? Okay, at one point, Bitcoin was in the $100 range. You can't really tell on this chart, but we're going back 2010, 2011. Look at it going to $10, $100. Now, every time it spikes up, like let's say when it got here to about $50, and then it crashed, so the media says, and it came down to like $4, $3. Oh, it's game over. But look, this $3 is still higher than it was previously over the past 2 years. Then it got to $1,000. I remember this. The media went crazy over this. It didn't stay there long because then it came back down to the $300 range. And the media, oh, it's game over, it crashed. But the $300 low is still much higher than when it reached like $40, which was the previous high there. And then 2017, it goes to $20,000. And then the previous low, it came all the way down to 3,000. The media lost their freaking mind and said it's game over. It's crashed at 3,000. But 3,000 is still higher than the previous high of 1,000. And then we fast forward to today. It got to 69,000. Hold on, I just blocked him and he still created another account while I'm talking. Block and delete. Okay. So then we fast forward to today. Last year it got to $69,000 a coin, dropped to 38,000. The media, oh, crypto's crashing. Now, here's why I don't think it can go back down to 15K. Because going down to 15K puts it below the previous all-time high of 20K, and it has never done that in history. See, even when it was at 20K, it came down to 3K. When it was at 1,000, it came down to 300. When it was at 45, it came down to about 8. So it will be the first time to ever do that. Oh, we've been reporting to Facebook. What they do is they just create another account like that. So we can get it reported, we get it shut down, and they come right back within an hour later with another account doing the same thing. So it's like trying to pour water out of a boat with the screen, a screen cup. You just can't. You can't beat them. All you can do is try to stay ahead of them. So based on that model, I don't see it ever going back down to 15K, but I do see it going to 25K. And I would be surprised if it goes down. to 15K. I would think some funny business is going on if it went down to 15K. Real market manipulation. And I don't think it would stay there if it went to 15K. The millionaires and billionaires will gobble it up fast. And that's not actually a good thing. My low's 25K ultimately. All right. Oh, I'm way behind. I might not be able to finish all of these. I just got reminded I've got to do a WCL presentation in 1 hour for Africa. Then we've got the TV show. Okay, so in order to confirm this wedge pattern, I would like to see Bitcoin get above the resistance up here on the daily. So that means close above the day area 40,000. And then I do think we get that breakout. Of course, we could see another rotation lower, in which case this area right below 37,000 is going to be support. He's right, because we just looked at the Polonius chart. It's actually above 37,000. It's like 38,800. At time of writing, Bitcoin continues to bounce off its Monday lows, currently at up 2.1%. What is it right now since I've been talking? What is the price at? The past hour is up a little bit, 38,700. Things are happening fast. I looked at that Polonius chart, and there's not that much gap between the buy wall and the sell wall, major one. All right, next up. Crypto analyst who nailed 2018 bear market bottom says Bitcoin trading below 30,000 is now inevitable. Okay, so let's see if this corroborates, if I can learn something here. The crypto analyst who accurately called the 2018 bear market bottom is issuing a warning to Bitcoin traders saying Bitcoin is in danger of breaching the support at 30,000. Analyst Smart Contractor tells his Twitter followers that Bitcoin's recent surge from the lows of 33,000 on January 24th to the highs of 45,000 on February 10th appears to be a massive bull trap. Bitcoin failed to hold the 0.618 Fibonacci level, so looking like that downtrend break was an abysmal bull trap. Feels like a test and possibly sweep of $28,000 support is inevitable at this point. Inevitable, really? 28,000? At time of writing, Bitcoin is exchanging hands at 37,800. In December, when Bitcoin was trading above 50,000, Smart Contractor predicted a sharp Bitcoin correction down to around 25,000. What if we take out the June lows again after taking out the April highs? All that's part of a larger structure that ruins both bulls and bears. I wouldn't rule it out. Also, on a side note, I maintained my bullish bias for too long and vastly underestimated the severity and depth of this dip. $20.22, we're right here. Dang, he really thinks he's gonna do this by going into the second quarter. One thing, okay, by looking at this chart, second quarter, I don't think we'll go back into bullish territory until after tax season. I said this a couple days ago. Taxes are what, April 16th or 13th or something? Tax day? Because a lot of people sell their crypto to pay for taxes. I do. So because of that, once that passes, I think we're going to start to see more accumulation phase here. So that puts that in the same line in what he's saying. So we're right here going into the beginning of March, into February, still going low into March, and then we got April coming back up. Okay. Smart Contractor appears to base his analysis on the market structure of the Dow Jones Industrial Average Index when it traded in a wide range between 1998 and 2009 before breaking out and igniting a parabolic surge. While Smart Contractor is short term bearish on Bitcoin, fellow market analyst Justin Bennett believes that Bitcoin is already flashing bullish reversal signals on the lower time frame. fellow market. So we've got two guys here saying the opposite. We got one guy saying this thing's going to drop to 25,000. We got another guy saying, oh, it's bullish. So who do you listen to? Yourself. I tend to agree more on the bearish side until after taxes. But it will go bullish. It's just a matter of when. Bitcoin hourly still looks good. So again, he's looking at the hourly. Descending broadening wedge and RSI bullish divergence. That doesn't mean everything is A-OK. Far from it. The highest conviction play, in my opinion, is a daily close above 39,600. Dicey until then. But the setup is there if the bulls decide now is the time. Okay. I still have time. I can do one more. Last up. This is the guy I do listen to. If anyone asks, who do you listen to? I do pay attention to Raoul Pal. I don't always agree with them, but more than likely I do. So billionaire Raoul Pal says, under the radar fundamentals show crypto markets are in bullish setup. He didn't say bullish right now. Setup. Real Vision Chief Executive Raoul Pal is taking a pulse on the adoption of crypto assets by examining Google search activity. The chart isn't going to tell you that. The former Goldman Sachs executive tells his Twitter followers that Bitcoin Google search activity is treading water. Bitcoin as the base layer is less likely to see the rise in interest at this point in its adoption curve. More steady increases in adoption over time. Okay, I'm looking at, he's 2016, 2020, 2021. Okay. Ethereum search activity, by contrast, looks decently strong, according to Pal. Ethereum seems to be capturing the L1 element of the application's layer, sort of like the social token of the application's ecosystem. The Real Vision CEO says decentralized finance Google search activity has remained steady, but isn't growing at the moment. DeFi, considering the total addressable market of its application, is likely to see much more interest over time. We have only seen the first mini wave. Wait until TradeFi goes on blockchain for some real magic applications. NFT search activity indicates the NFT sector is the new breakaway in terms of network adoption, Powell says. The Real Vision CEO adds that Web 3.0 seems to have suddenly evolved into the all-encompassing term for the digital asset space and its applications layer. The true consumer applications layer, Web 3.0 and NFTs, are getting the most new interest and is what is really going to scale to the billions, but split over millions of projects and areas: music, art, community, real estate, luxury goods, metaverse. I read this too fast. Let me read it again. The true consumer applications layer, Web3 and NFTs, are getting the most new interest and is what is really going to scale to the billions, but split over millions of projects. Okay, this is where it's going to get tricky. He's saying that this space is going to explode, but it's hard to tell exactly which one, which exact project. There's going to be millions of little projects, a whole bunch of little metaverses, a whole bunch of different little NFTs and Web 3.0s. So it's like trying to find the diamond in the rough. People, Brendan, how can I find the next Shiba Inu? Well, you got to be able to, crypto slates. It's difficult because there's so many new things going on. You don't know. Whoa, Bitcoin bounces back. Markets worry less about, I need to save this. So you don't know exactly, recently added, which one of these will end up being that diamond in the rough. And you have limited resources, which means you can't put money on every single one and then hope and pray that one of them pops. This is why I take a more conservative approach, and I really don't teach and train on this because it is too risky. Vega protocol is up 18%. Astar 10, Voxy's 30. So this is far too risky, which is why I don't spend a lot of time teaching yield farming and that type of stuff. And the meme tokens and DEX tools, that's for those that's willing to take the risk. And unfortunately, there are people who's willing to take the risk who have no business taking the risk. And I don't ever want to have my name attached because somebody did something they shouldn't have done because they listened to one of my talks and they lost their house. So I'm very more conservative in my approach, but all of these type of projects is going to gobble up all of that money that he's talking about here. And then when the bubble pops, a lot of these are going to go away. Who's going to be left standing? Powell is still bullish on the crypto market overall. For those of you who care about macro, I think we are going to we're getting really close to a buy bonds, buy tech, buy crypto setup. So what does he mean? Macro. That means the overall scale. Micro is dissecting it like the last guy was talking about. He's looking at the close on what is the hour chart looking like? What is the close on the day looking like? That's micro. But the macro outlook is when I look at this chart. This is macro. And this is how my strategy is based on macro. So for those of you who care about macro too, I think we're getting really close to a buy bonds, buy tech, buy crypto setup. More to come. Watching closely, but likely over the next 2 weeks. Meanwhile, patience. He's saying chill out, relax. Doesn't matter what the market's doing right now. We're looking at where it's going to be next year. So speaking of, I have 4 rules I live by in the crypto space that keeps me grounded. It's like if you watch Star Trek, they've got the prime directive that every starship captain is supposed to uphold, regardless of the situation, regardless of how cruel it may seem. Never violate the prime directive. This is my prime directive. And Marnita, let's see what Marnita said here. Education is key. That's rule number 1. Education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never use money you cannot afford to lose. And that's a tough one there because we can say it till we're blue in the face. Never use money you cannot afford to lose. But FOMO may force people to disregard that and go in with more than they can lose. And then when things don't turn out right, and that person starts screaming bloody murder, and then the people at the beginning say, we told you not to use money that you cannot afford to lose. And they put, I don't want to hear all that. You led me into a scam. No. Told you, do not use money you cannot afford to lose. And nobody wants to listen to that. And then rule number 3, get your return back as fast as possible. This also takes discipline. I had a guy who was following me. It did exactly this. 1, he used money he couldn't afford to lose. He dropped $100K when I clearly said, do not use money you cannot afford to lose. Then the second thing, I said, get a return back as fast as possible. And normally in the crypto space, depending on the products you're a part of, it takes 60 to 90 days for you to get a return on what you initially put in. And I'm talking about projects, not just building your crypto portfolio, but specific projects, money-making opportunities, in other words. So at that 60-day mark, start looking to pull out your profits that equal what at least you put in if you still want to keep it going on. So now after that, you're using house money. So it was that case. I told everybody and this gentleman, pull out the money. But then FOMO took over again and greed. And he was like, no, B, if I let this ride for another 30 days, I'm at $500,000. And I said, no, pull your 100K out. You still got 50K there to work with. It's just gonna take you maybe 2 months more longer to get there. But he wanted it right now. He started thinking of what he could do with that money right now. So he didn't pull it out, and he lost all $100,000. Actually, $150,000 he lost. He lost more than what he put in, and he couldn't afford to put in what he put in the first place. Whereas, even though I lost 40K, but I had already made my money back. So I didn't lose. It was house money at that point. So if you follow that rule, always get a return back as fast as possible and then keep moving forward. So if things don't go right, at least you're not, you didn't lose your initial. And then rule number 4, what are you willing to do? Well, I'm skipping. What is your personal goal over the next 3 months, 6 months, a year? Where do you see yourself? What goals do you have set? And then find a vehicle to make that a reality. Stay focused. Don't get distracted. Take action. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. It will at least minimize your risk. And that is the most that we can ask for. All right, so that is it for Crypto Talk for today. I will be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for Ivy League Crypto Academy. So you want to go to ilcachallenge.com, ilcachallenge.com to register. You can also become a VIP. You can upgrade to VIP for $97 one time, and you get backstage pass. If you were on the free side last night when we streamed it in the group and we cut off, we went for a whole nother hour on just Q&A. A whole nother hour that the VIPs got. So you want to be with the cool kids and get the VIP. Upgrade to the founding member price. Then, oh, wait, that was the wrong one, but that's founding member. To get access, there it is, lifetime pass. Lifetime pass and VIP for $97. But then the next step is you want to get access to the courses so that every Tuesday and Thursday night, when it's not the week we're doing the 5-day challenge, we have courses on the videos that you're purchasing. It's one thing to watch the video recorded. It's another to watch me doing it live. And just to give you an idea, it's the same way that I do the 5-day crypto talks. I'm taking one of the lessons and I'm taking the PDF files and I'm going through it live, which means I'm pausing, I'm adding extra information, especially on news of the day. Right now, it's all about Russia. And I'm on a TV show in 3 hours, which I will be talking about Russia, which is why I like this article. Bitcoin bounces back. Markets worry less about Russia-Ukraine crisis. So this is going to be my topic, and I'm going to cover this article on the TV show, E360 TV. And it will also be streamed. So you'll be able to see that. It's streamed in the iLearning Crypto group. So that is it for tonight. Tonight we have up Herschel Walker and a surprise guest panelist. Our original panelist had emergency dental work done and can't speak. So I have a replacement, and I'm going to surprise you guys with a replacement tonight. So you got to be there to show up to see who's going to be speaking tonight as a panelist. But you already know Herschel. Herschel's going to be did I say Walker? I said Herschel Walker, the football player. Herschel Crow is going to be up tonight. Well, I was thinking of the football player. Herschel Crow's going to be up tonight, and you guys don't want to miss Herschel as well. And then I'm going to be in Houston this week. I'll be there on Friday, so I'll be doing day 5 in Houston. So Herschel Crow's tonight, as well as a guest panelist. And how did you guys like? Well, we'll do it. We only have one panelist last night, but I switched to having the panelists now speak at the end instead of at the beginning. So we're going to do that again tonight. See how that works out. So good talk today. I hope to see you guys all tonight. My bad, Herschel Crow. See you guys tonight. Take care. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.